You ever think about how smart astronauts are? Like top of the world, best of humanity, PhDs, pilots, scientists, the absolute elite, and then realize those same geniuses once played baseball with frozen pee. Yeah, welcome to space, where urine goes to become a national pastime. Back in the early space days, Apollo missions, baby, the OG space cowboys. These were dudes with guts, testicles of titanium, and apparently too much time on their hands. Space toilets back then weren't fancy. No suction seats, no privacy pods, no ode to space air fresheners. Nah, bro, it was a plastic bag. You had to aim carefully. And if you missed, congratulations. You just became a urine meteor, so they'd pee into this bag, seal it up, and eject it out into space. That's right, space littering. They'd open a little valve and launch it into orbit like, goodbye, fluid from my body. You're free now. And then it froze instantly. Because in the vacuum of space, your pee goes from warm goodbye to frozen javelin in half a second. So picture it, 3 astronauts floating around the command module, bored as hell. They look out the window and see this golden snow glittering behind them. And one of them, probably named Buzz or Jim or some white dude who owns a boat, goes, hey, what if we hit it with something? And that's how pea baseball was born. They'd grab tools, wires, little pieces of metal, whatever they could float around with, and just start swatting these frozen pea particles out the window like they were Babe Ruth of bodily fluids. Imagine being Houston listening to that. Houston, we have deployed biological samples. Copy that, Apollo. Can you confirm scientific purpose? Yeah, we're testing velocity. Yeah, right. Velocity of stupidity. Now, here's the thing. These dudes weren't even ashamed. They'd laugh about it. One of them literally said it looked beautiful. Because when sunlight hit those frozen droplets, they sparkled like golden diamonds. Like a cosmic fountain of stupidity. NASA spent billions to send man to space, and he turned it into a celestial urinal. And don't even get me started on the first time the Russians saw it. They looked up from their Soyuz capsule like, comrade, is that glitter? And someone goes, no, that's American pee. And they were like, they are marking territory, like dogs. But here's where it gets better. One time, the sunlight hit those frozen droplets just right, and mission control's sensors picked it up as unknown debris. They thought alien, swear to God. NASA's radar lit up like unidentified objects following the Apollo capsule. And someone in Houston's about to call the president like, sir, we made contact. Then some intern goes, that's their pee. Imagine being the guy who has to explain that to the Pentagon. Sir, the UFOs are ours. And the wildest part? This wasn't some one-time prank. Every mission did it. They didn't even hide it in the logs. It's literally documented. Ejected urine dump at 0900 hours. Bruh, you made history. You stood on the moon, you changed the world, and your diary says peed at 9 a.m. And don't think it ended with Apollo. Even the space shuttle era had its golden showers of glory. Astronauts used to joke that if you looked at the right angle, you could see previous missions' pee still orbiting Earth, a literal ring of piss, like Saturn, but petty. Imagine aliens discovering that thousands of years from now. Ah yes, the humans marked their territory with ammonia ice, and someone's like, maybe it was ceremonial. Nah bro, it was Taco Bell from 1969. The ISS crew, same deal, different decade. Except now, the pee gets recycled. Yup, today's astronauts drink filtered urine as water. NASA calls it water recovery. I call it circle of you. They're up there toasting like, here's to hydration and second chances. You're literally drinking 200-day-old Russian pee with a hint of American pride. And I swear, astronauts have a weird sense of humor about it. One of them said, today's coffee is tomorrow's coffee. Bruh, no, that's a biohazard, not a beverage. But I respect it, because only in space can you turn basic human functions into art. You fart? That's propulsion. You sweat? That's humidity control. You pee? That's a national experiment in liquid dynamics. You know what's crazy though? The frozen pee wasn't even the most dangerous part. They had to eject it carefully because if it didn't go out fast enough, it'd float back. Yeah, pee boomerang. You'd be sitting there minding your own business, and then a little golden ice cube taps the window like, hey man, remember me? Imagine explaining that to Houston. Houston, we have a splashback issue. Copy that, Apollo. Please clarify, it's, intimate. And the astronauts, they're laughing like kids. But let's be honest, that's exactly what you'd do if you were trapped in space for weeks. No beer, no Netflix, no showers, just stress, freeze-dried food, and a bag of your own piss. At some point, you start inventing sports. Humans are wild. We take the universe, billions of years old, infinite stars, and go, yo, let's play baseball with pee. I can see it now. Future civilizations dig up Earth's history and find all our space achievements. Moon landing, satellites, deep space probes, and then they find an orbital trail of yellow ice, And the alien historians they were advanced, but nasty. But for real, it's kinda poetic, because that pea frozen in space will orbit Earth for centuries, a glittering halo of human stupidity and curiosity. Every piece a tiny reminder that we came from the dirt, reached the stars, and immediately started. So yeah, next time you hear people romanticize the golden age of space exploration, just remember, the gold part was literal.